in a certain sequence of consecutive multiples of 50, the median is 625. So we are looking for multiple of 50 and the median, I will explain, median is coming out to be 625. Now which is one thing which we can figure out merely by looking at the question is median itself is not coming out to be a multiple of 50. That means the number of terms have to be even. One thing to be sure about, what happens whenever we are calculating median, we have to arrange the data in the ascending order. If the number of data points are odd, then there will be single middlemost value that will be acting as the median. If number of terms are even, then there will be two middlemost term. Arithmetic mean of those two terms will be acting as a median. Mind one thing, I am telling you again, median, when the number of data terms are odd, there will be only one middlemost term that will be itself acting as a median. When number of terms are even, there will be two middlemost term. Arithmetic mean of those two middlemost term will be acting as the median. So what we have, median is coming out to be 625, which is not a multiple of 60 because which is not a multiple of 50. Every term is a multiple of 50, median is not a multiple of 50. That means number of terms are even, that's why the median is not coming from these terms. Let me explain it. Now median is coming out to be 625. Let me take multiples of 50 around it. I will take here 650, then I am going to take here 700, then I am going to take here 750, then I am going to take here 800, 850, then I am going to take here 900, something like that. Now the median is coming out to be 625, which cannot be, before it even we can write here 600, before it I can write here 550 or 500 or 450 or 400, 350 or 300. This is what I can write. Now I have written so many terms in order to explain you, otherwise I could have directly told you that the median 625 does not belong to the data. That means it have to come from here, because number of terms are even, we are absolutely convinced about, because median is not belonging to this data. Multiple of 50 is this data, median is not belonging to the data will mean it is arithmetic mean of these two terms, right? That means these two are the middlemost terms. 600 plus 650 by 2 should be equal to 625, which is our median. Again, if number of terms are even, there will be two middlemost term, right? This point is absolutely clear. If the number of terms in the data are even, there will be two middlemost term, and arithmetic mean of those two middlemost term will qualify as the median. So here immediately we were sure about, because 625 was none among the terms, so it have to be the arithmetic mean of the two middlemost term. This is how the median comes out to be 625. So we have already got the median. Now we are absolutely sure about, let's see how many terms are there, because if these two are middlemost term, I should have same number of terms here and same number of terms here. Also he is saying that the greatest term is 950, so I have to stop at 950, which should be given, otherwise we cannot say how many terms are there. Now the greatest term is 950. Let me check out how many terms are greater than the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms are on the right, so there should be 6 terms on the left. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is, now the picture is absolutely clear. Median is coming out to be 625. These two are middlemost term, so median is 625. Here there are 6 terms, here there are also 6 terms, so total there are 14 terms here. Now the question is asking how many terms are smaller than 625 in the sequence. The terms which are excuse me, the terms which are smaller than 625, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as well as 600. Don't forget to count here 600 as well. It's a very simple yet a tricky question. We want to say how many terms are less than 625. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 terms are less than 625. So I hope the point is made. Whenever number of terms are odd, there will be only single middlemost term. Two bikes traveling at 5 kmph and second at 10 kmph. Bike 1 the speed is 5 kmph, bike 2 it is 10 kmph. What we have to do is head directly towards each other. They are heading towards each other. Whenever two objects are moving towards each other, their relative speeds are always going to be added up. Two objects moving in the same direction, the relative speeds are always going to be subtracted. When they are moving opposite to each other, the relative speeds are always going to be added up. Fundamental principle of relative speed. Now here they are moving towards each other, their relative speed will be always added up. They begin at a distance of 20 km from each other. How far apart they are? Unit is in kilometers. 1 minute before they collide. 1 minute before they collide. So when they have collided, distance or the separation between them is exactly 0. So 1 minute before it they have collided, the separation between them is exactly equal to 0. 1 minute before it, 1 minute before it will be the gap which with the relative speed they can cover in 1 minute. Very simple question, no need of solving the question at all. Don't go by any algebraic explanation. When they collided, the separation between them is coming out to be 0. 1 minute before it, they will be separated by the distance which can be covered with the relative speed in 1 minute. That is the separation between them. Whatever distance can be covered by 1 minute with relative speed, that is the distance 1 minute prior to separation. So in 1 minute, actually we need to find out the distance travelled by both the guys in 1 minute. So the relative speed is b1 plus b2, which is coming out to be 15. 10 plus 5, that is equal to 15 kmph. Kilometer per hour is the distance, is the relative speed is 15 kmph. In 1 minute they are going 15 kilometer in 1 hour. So in 1 minute they are separated by 1 by 4. 1 by 4 is the distance in kilometer. This is r. The relative speed is, in 1 hour they would have travelled 15 kilometer. Combined distance travelled would have been 15 kilometer, but in 1 minute it have to be divided by 60. 1 by 4 is the separation between them in kilometers. Mind one thing, their relative speed is in kilometer per hour. We have to convert it in kilometer per minute. What is the separation in terms of kilometer per minute? So in 1 minute they are separated by 1/4. There is no need of solving anything. When they collided, separation is 0. Before collision, 1 minute before collision, separation between them will be the distance that can be covered in 1 minute with relative speed, and relative speed are going to be added up. The relative speed was 15 kmph, kilometer per hour, but we want to find it in 1 minute, so 15 have to be divided by 60, that is 1/4. They will be 1/4 kilometer apart. Answer was in kilometer, 1/4 kilometer apart or 250 meter apart. What is the remainder when this value we have factorial 1 plus factorial 2 plus factorial 3 plus factorial 4 plus factorial 5 and so on up till 100 factorial? This complete value is going to be divisible by 18. We need to find out the remainder. So it is fairly simple question. We know we have to divide it by 18. So definitely we can say 6 factorial. If I write here 6 factorial will be equal to 720. I think there is no need of explaining it. 6 factorial, it has 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6. So it has a factor of 3, it has a factor of 6. So it will be definitely divisible by 18. So 6 factorial will be definitely divisible by 18. There is no doubt about it. 6 factorial, which is 720, is definitely a multiple of 18 because we have a 6 and a 3 here. Now there is no need of solving the question beyond this point because we can see 7 factorial is fundamentally 7 into 6 factorial. 7 factorial is also a multiple of 18. Because 6 factorial is a multiple of 18, 7 factorial is also a multiple of 18, and so will be 8 factorial, which is 8 into 7 into 6 factorial. If 6 factorial is a multiple of 18, any further factorial will also remain to be a multiple of 18. So all these numbers beyond 6 factorial and beyond, every factorial is going to be divisible by 18. In all of these cases, the remainder will come out to be 0 because they all are multiple of 18. So from where we are going to get the remainder? Only from initial 5 terms we are going to get the remainder. A fairly simple question. So we have here what? We have here 1, 2 factorial is 2, this is 6, this is 4 factorial is equal to 24, 5 factorial is 120, so this is equal to 33, and 120 is equal to 153. This initial 5 factorials are the only thing that is going to be divisible, that will leave remainder. Otherwise 6 factorial and beyond, everything is a multiple of 18. So beyond it, no remainder, 0 remainder. So only first 5 terms have to be taken into account. It have to be divided by 18 and we can calculate the remainder as remainder here will come out to be 9. Remainder here will come out to be 9. 18 into 8 is 144. So 153 is 9x's over multiple of 18. Hence the remainder is 9. Two tracks are parallel. The first has 6 checkpoints. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 checkpoints and parallel track. Another has 10. 1, 2, 3. Let its number be equal to 10. Arbitrarily I am drawing it, but you consider here 6 checkpoints and here 10 checkpoints. Now, excuse me, these checkpoints are to be joined to form a triangle. Now one thing which we are absolutely sure about, that if we are going to pick up any 3 points, because essentially for a triangle to get formed we need 3 points which are non-collinear, right? 3 collinear points are never going to form a triangle. For picking up a triangle, essentially 3 points are required and those 3 points should not be collinear. So we cannot pick up all 3 points from here, as well as we cannot pick all 3 points from here, right? So keep in mind, all 3 points should not belong to the same parallel track. So what we need to do, that means essentially all 3 vertex of the triangle should not belong to the same line. Base have to belong to one line and vertex on another, or vice versa. So what I'm going to do, let me call it as parallel track, say I will L1 and this is L2. We are considering only 2 type of triangle that are going to be formed from here, 2 points from here and 1 point from here, because all 3 should not belong to same line, all 3 should not belong to same line. So 2 from here, I need to pick up 2 points from here. 2 from here can be done in 10C2 ways, and means multiplication. 1 from here which can be done in 6C1, which is primarily 6 only, or this is first variety of a triangle which is shown in red color. The second variety, vice versa variety, 2 from here and 1 from here, 2 from here and 1 from here, that is equal to 6C2 into 1 from here, which can be done in 10C1, which is equal to 10 ways. So this is the answer. Let's see, this value will come out to be 10 into 9 by 2, that is equal to 45. 45 into 6 will come out to be 270. So I have here 270, 6C2, 6 into 5 by 2, 150, that is equal to 420. So the answer is 420. Another way of looking at the things could be, this is one way of looking at things. Another way, total number of points which are available is 16. 16 points are there. If I select any 3 points, which can be done in 16C3 ways, are the total number of ways in which we can select any 3 points from these given 16 points. Total it can be done in 16, but make sure that all 3 points should not belong to the same line. So all 3 points should not belong to the same line. Out of the 6 points, 6C3, we cannot select 3 points from here, as well as we cannot select any 3 points from here. So this goes away. This could have been the total number of ways had none of the points being collinear. This would have been the total number of ways. All 3 should not belong to same line. All 3 should not belong to the same line. This should go away. This value will surely come out to be 420. Either of ways we can do it. When calculator is allowed, either of ways will absolutely work fine. When the calculator is not allowed, they are a typical gate question, so we can solve in either of the ways. But if calculator is not allowed, this method will come out to be fairly easy to calculate. Hence, both ideas. The percentage profit earned by selling an article for rupees 920, SP is 920, equal in percentage loss incurred by the selling the same article for, this is SP1, and say SP2 is for rupees 1280. Now let me take few variables out here, because cost price is not given. Let me take CP as X, and he is saying whatever profit percent is happening here, same loss percent is happening here. So let the same profit percent or loss percent is equal to, let it be profit percentage or loss percentage, they both are same, which is, let the variable be equal to P percent. So what we have here, we all know that CP is equal to X. In the first case, X plus there is a profit which is happening. How much is the profit which is happening? P percent of X. P percent of X should be equal to 920. In the second case, the loss is happening, X minus P percent of X. On CP, if we add profit percent, it will come out to be selling price. We know CP plus P percent of CP should be equal to SP, and similarly CP minus P minus L percent of CP should be equal to SP in case of loss. This value is coming out to be 1280. So what we get here, this value will be eventually cancelling out. 2x twice of CP is equal to 3200. So X will be equal to 1600. What the question is asking, at what price, this is the value of CP, but the question is asking something different. At what price in rupees should the article be sold in order to make a profit of 25%? This is CP. Now new SP on 1600, we want to make a profit of 25%. Our original CP is and into 1.25, this is 1600 into 5 by 4, that is equal to 2000. In order to make a profit of 25%, this CP have to be multiplied by 1.25, because we want to make a profit of 25%. New SP should be equal to rupees 2000. Now there is a fairly simple way of looking at things. We need not to solve this question at all, because fairly simple, we can say SP1 after making a profit of P percent, SP1 is this, and SP2 after making a loss of P percent, because profit percentage and the loss percentage is same. So whatever we are adding on CP plus P percent of CP is 1920, CP minus P percent of CP is 1280. So we know if we add these, the percentage profit percent of CP is 1920, CP minus P percent of CP is 1280. So we know if we add these two values, because the profit percent and the loss percent is same, they are going to cancel out the effect of each other. If we add like this, if we add these two values, we are going to get twice of CP. So directly the question, if you understand it, that the
So in this case, the values of enthalpies are given. H1 is 300, H2 is 500, H3 is 320, and H4 is 210. But we have to calculate the COP of heat pump. Okay, heat pump. So in the case of heat pump, our desired effect is higher, and higher is given by H2 minus H3 divided by work input H2 minus H1 minus H3 minus H4. Okay, so H2 500 minus 320 divided by H2 minus H1 500 minus 300 minus H3 minus H4 320 minus 210. Okay, so the answer is 2.4. This is the answer. So
in this problem, we have to find integrating factor of the differential equation. M is xy cube plus y. N is 2x square y square plus 2x plus 2y power 4. Now, del m by del y is 3xy square plus 1. Del n by del x is 4xy square plus 2. Now, we have to find out integrating factor. Degree 4, degree 1, rule 1 is not applicable. Rule 2 is also not applicable because here x is not there. So, rule 4 is applicable. Del n by del x minus del m by del y by m. Del n by del x minus del m by del y by m is 4xy square minus 3xy square is xy square. 2 minus 1 is 1 by xy cube plus y. If you take y common in the denominator, xy square plus 1 by xy square plus 1. After cancellation, it is 1 by y. Integrating factor is e power integral f of y dy, 1 by y dy, that is e power log y, that is y. Integrating factor is y. In this problem, matrix is 2, 3, 3, 10. Then we have to find out 2i minus a into 10I minus A. So first I am going to find characteristic equation by determinant of A minus lambda equal to 0, determinant of 2 minus lambda 3, 3, 10 minus lambda equal to 0. That is 2 minus lambda into 10 minus lambda minus 9 equal to 0. Therefore 2I minus A into 10I minus A is equal to 9I.
Case of a chemical dehumidification. Chemical means constant enthalpy, and constant enthalpy represent in an inclined manner, and dehumidification means decreasing the specific humidity. So this is point 1, this is point 2, so this is T1, this is T2, this is corresponding to omega 1 and this is omega 2. Now we have to find out that which of the following properties are decreases. So this is phi 1 and this is phi 2. So first property, the relative humidity is decreases. Okay. Now second, wet bulb depression, it increases. Next, dew point temperature. Dew point temperature is also decreases. So dew point at 1 is greater than dew point temperature at 2. So means we can say that dew point temperature also decreases. So point number 1 and 4 are decreases. So the answer is option B. This is the final answer.
In this problem, we have to find out the area bounded by R is equal to A root 2 and R is equal to 2A cos theta. the area bounded by r equal to a root 2 and r equal to 2a cos theta. We have to find out area bounded by these two circles. Now from 0 to pi by 4, radius varies from 0 to a root 2. R dr d theta, because polar form. From pi by 4 to pi by 2, circle is 2a cos theta, therefore 0 to 2a cos theta. R dr d theta. Now 2 into, now by evaluating this value, you will get 2 into pi minus 1 into a square by 2. After cancellation, pi minus 1 into a square.